Hey guys, it's Fairy Truths, and I know it's been a while since I posted an actual video, but today's the day. I promised you guys an explanation video, basically why each ingredient is needed for each spell. So the first video is going to be the very first video that I ever posted, the How to Become a Fairy for Real, the Roman spell. This is going to explain why each ingredient is needed and how they work in becoming a fairy. And I think that understanding and knowing why each thing is needed and what each thing does and contributes to the spell is a really good way of kind of believing more, and also just gives you some knowledge on what you're doing, like, I don't know, I just think it helps a lot, and a lot of you guys wanted to know, so I'm going to stop rambling now and get right on to the point. So obviously, the first ingredient that was used in the spell is a container filled about halfway with water. And I mean, there's no specific reason or contribution with the water besides from being the base of the potion. I mean, you really can't start out a potion without some form of liquid, whether that be water or whatever else someone may use for the spell. It's just there as a base, because without the water, the things that you're putting into the spell don't really go together and combine as they should, because it's all science. It's basically a science of how this works, and I don't really know the science behind it. I do know it, I just don't know how to explain it in a way that you guys will understand. It's one of those things. I'm sure you understand, but yeah, the water is just the foundation of the whole spell. There's no really reason for it other than that. The second ingredient is any type of soap. Shampoo, shower gel, bubble bath, regular soap, hand soap, body soap, face soap, it doesn't matter. And the reason for this is simply because fairies have very cleansed souls. So, soap is meant for cleansing, obviously, and it's just to sort of represent that cleanliness of your soul, because fairies do no wrong. Fairies are very great civilians, and it's maintained by that soap forming together. Most of these ingredients are symbols, but they are needed for the spell to work, and it symbolizes what the potion is doing, because altogether as a whole, that potion is doing something. But the soap alone is a symbol to represent cleanliness of the soul, of the character, just cleanliness in general. And fairies are very clean in their soul, in their personality, in their words, in their hygiene. It's just, that's how it is, and in order to maintain that, you got to use the soap. And a lot of people said, can lotion work? No, because lotion's more for moisture rather than cleanliness. So it has to be soap, any type of cleaning soap, shampoo, shower gel, body wash, anything like that. That will work perfectly fine, and that's why you need it. The next ingredient was dead flower petals, like this, and a lot of people were very confused on this ingredient specifically, and I totally get it, because there is specifics here. They have to be dead. They can't be living flowers, and they can be fake, they can be dead. And the reason for this is, the reason for flowers in general, whether they would be dead or alive, is because of the whole nature-loving aspect of being a fairy. And not to mention, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, back before they had ink and stuff, people would use berries and flowers to get that dye, that color. They would use plants and natural resources, and fairies are very natural and old-fashioned. So you want your potion to have this color to it, whether it be a red rose, a yellow rose like I used. And I just felt I know that live flowers probably give a lot more color, and that's understandable, but with us fairies, the fairy community, you don't want to harm a living plant. When you take petals off of a flower, that's harming it. So once it's dead, I mean, it's already no longer a living object, so you can use those dead petals. And also, it's just how do I explain this? It's really hard to explain this type of stuff. When you know something, you just can't describe it. But yeah, and another thing, that it's also a symbol, like I said, basically, this is an old flower, it's gone, so basically it's representing your old self, and you're putting it into something new. So instead of being part of a flower, it's now part of a potion. So it's kind of like representing breaking off into a new type of lifestyle. So I think that's really special and that's really cool. And I know a lot of you guys enjoy that. So yeah, that's why dead flower petals are needed. The next ingredient, and probably the most obvious like explanation, is the fairy dust. And I'm actually running out here. I need to add some more to this batch. But the reason for the fairy dust is like the magic, how it all happens, you know, that special essence. And I might do a video explaining like why each thing is needed for the fairy dust, but I thought that everything was pretty self-explanatory. So if not, if you guys want to see like why each ingredient is needed to make fairy dust, I can make that too. But I wasn't sure because I'm already making this ingredients video and the ingredients for the Irish spell, so I wasn't sure if I should do that. But yeah, fairy dust is to make everything come to life and really put a spell on you, pretty much. That's what it's for. The next ingredient for this spell is a personal item, and from the video I posted, I believe I used this earring that means a lot to me. And I mean, I think I did mention why you need that, and it's just to personalize the spell, because you could make this potion for anybody and it would mean nothing to either of you because it's not personal, you know, you made it for someone. But if you're making this spell for yourself and you want it to really reflect you as a person, so you want to put that special personalized item in there for that reason, because it makes it more personal to you and it shows that you believe a lot more. So that also contributes to it. The last ingredient is the piece of hair, and I can't pull any off right now, sorry, but yeah, the piece of hair, and that just goes hand in hand with the personal item. It just personalizes it even more and makes it even more personal to you, because that personal thing is what really locks the spell all together, believe it or not. So it's really important. Now, that's all the ingredients, but I did want to touch base on a couple other things that were part of the spell that might have questions. And the first thing is, why stir it with your finger and not use something to stir it? And that's just, again, the personal stuff. Like, it just personalizes it more, and it also, it's contacting your skin, so it's becoming kind of a part of you in a way. The next thing is the chimes. Why use the chimes? Well, the chimes are a symbol, and that's specifically what they are, is a symbol. Chimes generally blow in the wind, and they make a beautiful sound that people love. So it's kind of representing fairies, because when we flutter in the wind, you know, fairies are known to be giggly, and you know, that's kind of the sound of the chime that it's representing. And then fluttering in the wind and just kind of going with the wind, that's what fairies are known for a lot. We don't really fly places to go places most of the time. It's just to fly, just to do it. So yeah, I don't think that there's anything else that I really need to talk about. If you have any questions, leave them below and I'll answer them. You can also just watch all the other videos, and I'm sure that your question has been answered a couple times. And yeah, let me know how you liked this video, and make sure to watch the second part, which is me talking about the Irish spell ingredients, which is going to be uploaded around the same time as this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and leave your questions down below and I'll try to answer them. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!